Well, a landmark case filed in the federal court is seeking to force gambling companies to pay back millions of stolen dollars paid to them by a problem gambler. ABC Investigations' Steve Kinane has the story and he joins me now. Good morning to you, Steve. Just why is this considered a landmark case?
Well, it's never happened before, and what's going on in this case is that Gavin Fineff, a former financial planner who defrauded 12 clients, who is found guilty of defrauding 12 clients of over $3 million and then gambling that money away. He's actually suing 3 betting companies, and that is Entain, who is the parent company of Ladbrokes, Sportsbet, who merged with BetEasy in 2020, and BetEasy was the betting agency at the heart of this, and also Tabcorp. And he's suing those 3 betting agencies, but also 2 of the so-called VIP managers who induced him to gamble through free bonus bets and the like. And so we've never seen a case before like this. Now, of course, Fineff has gone to jail for his crimes, and those crimes had a real impact on the victims, some of whom were retirees who were relying on that money for their retirement. And he's doing the jail time right now, but the betting industry, the betting companies were able to keep the proceeds of the crime. And that's what's at the heart of this case, is trying to retrieve those stolen millions that were gambled away and give them back to the victims of the crime.
So is that the idea there? If successful, those victims will get the money?
That's right. At least part of the money, hopefully, as far as Fineff's lawyers are concerned, all of the money. Of course, this has to be tested in the court. They're relying on aspects of law that have not been tested before. I think what's interesting about this too is that people are shocked that the betting agencies are allowed to keep the proceeds of crime. And we have seen Andrew Wilkie before, the independent member for Clark in Tasmania, try and introduce laws in the federal parliament that would force betting agencies to return stolen funds. He's tried that 3 times and the big parties have not supported him.
Steve, you mentioned there 2 former individuals of the betting companies, those VIPs, are being sued. What is the significance of that?
I think this is going to really strike a lot of fear inside the betting industry because they are suing individuals. These were VIP managers who induced Fineff to open accounts with BetEasy and Ladbrokes. He'd gambled away $3.9 million with Tabcorp. Tabcorp then asked him for proof of income. When he didn't provide that, his account was frozen. So technically after that moment, he'd stopped gambling. Then he got calls from a VIP manager working with BetEasy and a VIP manager working with Ladbrokes, and they offered him free bonus bets to get him gambling with those particular betting agencies. And it came out in the NT Racing Commission that those individuals were aware of his previous heavy losses with Tabcorp. One had worked with Tabcorp, another had worked with a Tabcorp subsidiary, and that's why they targeted him. And so this is going to be a really interesting aspect of the case, is the role of those individuals, but also the role of the VIP programs inside the betting agencies.
No doubt you've spoken to all sides and all stakeholders in this conversation and legal action. What have the betting companies said about it?
Well, I approached all 3 betting agencies involved, named as respondents in this case in the federal court. They said because it's before the courts, they don't want to comment at this stage. Same with Gavin Fineff's solicitors. But we did get some comments from Jeffrey Watson, SC, Sydney barrister, who provided some advice to the Fineff legal team. Those comments are in our online piece. But he basically said what they're going to do is look at the behaviour of the betting industries in relation to why they didn't check on the proof of income of Fineff when he was gambling away such large amounts of money. He was betting tens of millions of dollars. But they will also look at why they did not act when these, what they call red flag behaviours, were alerted, that suddenly his gambling escalated. And they were meant to do really welfare checks on a gambler punting that much money. And the argument is that that wasn't being done either. So all of those things will be scrutinised if this case does end up being heard in the federal court.